So yes, I'm going to make a video defending Boogie2988 because it needs to be done. Let's get into it. Skip it up and that up. Real quick before we get into the topic, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the button and also hitting the bell to get notifications of all my newest uploads. Thanks a bunch. So I have been critical of Boogie2988 before in the past. And yeah, I hold to my criticisms. It's not that I dislike Boogie. I think Steven realizes that now. I think that he deep down is genuinely a good person. But when people make mistakes, I'll criticize them for it, as people have done with me. And when people do things that I think are good, I feel that I should equally praise them. Because if I'm just going to criticize people and not talk about the positive aspects of people, which I'm sure this video is not going to be popular with that because people just like to hear the negative side of things, I think it would be irresponsible. It's if I'm willing to talk about the negatives when positive things happen with somebody, I should be willing to talk about them as well. And I've just seen on Twitter and just in Boogie as a whole, a positive change. And it's a surprising positive change, especially with what's going on with Boogie. For context, for people who don't know, Boogie2988 is a YouTuber with over 4 million subscribers as of me watching this video. His channel has floundered in the past couple years, not getting nearly the same viewership as it did before. But look, man, stuff comes and goes in waves. You know what I mean? Believe me, I know. There's some years my YouTube channel does great. There's years my YouTube channel does not. That's part of being on this platform. But nonetheless, Boogie has made a bunch of mistakes in the past before. Not saying that there hasn't been things that he has done that he shouldn't have been criticized for. He absolutely should have been criticized. And I'm not saying that the damage to his channel hasn't been self-inflicted at times. It has been. But in this scenario, I'll explain to you what else happened. Boogie, late last year, September of 2020, there was a dude named Frank Hassel. Frank as in Frank and Hassel as in hassle somebody, who Boogie was not a fan of. And he flat out, look, Boogie said some dumb things to him, but Boogie flat out told him, do not come to my house. There was a stream that Frank Hassel and Boogie were in, and Boogie flat out told him, do not come to my home. Frank Hassel proceeds to go to his home. At this point, Boogie gets a gun, which is said to have been his roommate's gun. Frank Hassel's at his doorstep. He was banging on his door, badgering him to come out. Boogie points the gun at him. He doesn't shoot him, but fires a warning shot into the air, which is an irresponsible thing to do. And it was his roommate's gun, so Boogie wasn't licensed to hold that firearm. So there's many things that are no-nos here. But in the end, even though he fired a shot into the air, no one was hurt. Frank did come uninvited to Boogie's home, and that's where we're at right now. Do I feel that Boogie should have a slap on the wrist? Yes, of course. Do I think maybe he should be fined, do some community service? Yes. Do I think he deserves jail time? No. No, especially if he has no other priors. Look, I get maybe you don't want him to have a gun in his hand. Maybe that's why the DA is going after him. But in terms of him going behind bars, even though I hear he can go behind bars for years if they really want to throw the book at him, I don't think it's deserved, and I think it's unnecessary, especially in the situation that he was in. Well, anyway, after he was arrested, he got out on bond, and now he's awaiting his court case, and it's probably going to be a long, drawn-out process. He made a video days ago, almost 2 weeks ago now, but I still feel it's necessary to talk about, called, Yes, I Was Arrested. Please watch. And everyone, people in my streams, which I stream almost every night, starting around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, if you want to come check them out. People like, Rich, Boogie made a video talking about how he was arrested, and he doesn't get it. And I'm thinking, oh no, here we go. So let me go check out the video. And I checked out the video, and I was scratching my head thinking, what's wrong with this video? What did he say? Oh, he was begging for subs. I'm like, no, he was just saying, look, people have offered to give me financial support for lawyers and a legal team or whatever I need, and I don't need that. I can afford it. He's like, what you can do if you really want to support me, sub to the channel, watch the videos. Oh no, how dare he? And honestly, for a man who just got arrested, I think he handled himself in the video pretty well. I mean, if I really need to like force out a criticism, maybe he rambled a little bit, but who am I to talk, man? I ramble all the time. I'm Review Ramble USA. But the video was fine. He seemed to be in a good place, at least on camera, and he seemed to be very self-aware. And he said he's on some kind of antidepressant and anti-anxiety medication, and it seems to be working. He seems to be the most stable I've personally seen Boogie in a very long time. Look, I get it's more entertaining to villainize people and demonize people and always make someone out to, like, once they hurt their reputation, it's fun to keep them as the bad guy. I get that. But everyone who watched this video, including this dumbass talking in front of a microphone, has made many mistakes before. Okay? Now, context is key. There's obviously unforgivable things. I always bring up Jared Fogle as a perfect example. What he has done should never be forgiven. I don't care even after he gets out of jail. But yes, Boogie has issues and Boogie has made mistakes. But it seems finally like he's growing as a person, that he's becoming self-aware, that he's becoming more sound-minded, whether it be from therapy or medication. It seems like he's improving. Instead of trying to shoot him down, when you see him finally doing something where he's like, yeah, I'm changing my ways, help him. Be positive. Look, if he screws up again, I'm not saying don't go after him in a criticize him and don't go near him. Don't talk to him. I'm not saying go to his house or anything. I'll make a video if he does something that I feel is video worthy to criticize him about. But I also feel like he's trying to change. And instead of everyone piling on him to just point their finger at him because they want to just keep him as the bad guy, let's see what he does. Let's see if he actually keeps improving. And let's support him trying to be a better person. And again, look, I'm not saying that he shouldn't face any repercussions for what he did, but like the Archfiend said, shout out to the Archfiend again, no one was hurt. I don't believe Boogie has any other priors, and let him just get a slap on the wrist, maybe pay a fine, do some community service, walk away, and learn a lesson from what happened. And it seems like he's growing as a person, and I hope he continues to do so. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Hey, if you enjoy my content, consider becoming a Review Tech USA member. I'll have a link below in the description. I live stream now on this channel all the time, and it gives you access to cool emoticons to use as well while I live stream. Again, link below in the description. Thank you for your continued support.